today is finally the day. We're gonna play the SCITHOS game. It's a smart hospitality game and it's basically about balancing the different needs in a city. And it simulates a lot of the discussions people also have in real life when we're talking about development of cities. I'm very glad we have a group from the municipality here and a group of students here.
So the sustainable hospitality game brings stakeholders from the city together to develop and design a sustainable and resilient city. The purpose for this game session was that the students from urban planning, but also stakeholders from the municipality of Breda, understand how complex the system of running a city and planning for a city actually is. And it's also bringing people together to negotiate and to understand and to meet each other, to facilitate a dialogue, because there are so many different voices in the city.
Because you always need to balance the different needs of a city, and one impacts always the others, because you always have two scarcities. One is budget and the other one is space, and you can't do everything. So everything you do impacts something else. And how can you create this deeper understanding and ultimately this dialogue about different functions in the city?
As I'm a policymaker myself, I thought I will listen to what the students have to say and how they look at the city, because well, that interested me most.
So in the first round we always start with an onboarding. They get to know the game mechanics, they get to know how to play the game and how to interact. In the second round they propose what policies they are implementing. So they look at the dashboard and see like, oh, what can I actually do? How can I influence a really complex system of a city? And then they're trading. They negotiate with each other, and it's almost really natural. Some are really shy, and others you see they're really, really dominant.
I was part of the management team, and most of the different groups, they needed to use our chips, our coins, so that their policies can be passed. And yeah, I felt like I was really in charge of everything, since everyone needed, you know, us. And
in the third round, we let them freely play. So it's almost like, yeah, everything goes together, and they negotiate and propose, and they're cheating. As it is also in real life, people not keeping up to their promises. So of course that's also happening in policies and in politics, right?
I had very good companions, so we could discuss. We were very quick in making choices, and well, we tried to do it as responsible as possible.
About our
vision as well.
Yeah.
This is big game,
Yes.
this is
Yes.
very costly.
I think we want to pay for that.
Okay, we
yeah,
want to pay for this and for the recycling. Okay.
Okay,
So
that's
we
four.
We have all four.
Now we're broke.
No, we are broke. Now we have just 3 blue coins.
It's quite sophisticated, I would say. It's a tailor-made game. We can use it in every city, and you can put different functions on the map according to the needs of that city. And we build an entire black box behind it that gives you back a lot of data and a lot of feedback. So every action also shows you how it reacts. And what I kind of like about it is that instead of these static reports that nobody reads, it gives you a very vivid overview of what is happening. And you also see how difficult it might be to interpret these data sometimes. And this dashboard helps you, but it's also really much about the people interaction. So how can you translate the facts into functions, into dialogue?
I think we could have communicated a little more better to come an agreement. But overall though, I think we still did quite well, seeing the results board as well, because then it was quite nice that they also have a result board to see your outcomes and of what you choose and what it can happen.
And the debrief helps you to translate the things that you saw on the board into real life, and that is where the deep learning happens and the deeper thinking. And therefore I would say a debrief is crucial for every serious game you play. because that is where the deep learning is happening.